one called computer card, originated by Iman. Each and every hour, Lord. What up, sister? I said, make sure we cannot.
Good evening. Welcome to 5 Minutes Uncut. I am Delvin Sadler.
And I'm drinking tea.
I am Enlightened. 3 o'clock. So, what's that?
Well, right now, you know what I said? Yesterday we drink a green juice. It's like,
Green up your belly.
You
shake your
and then green at the part.
No?
I'm gonna say what you have then I want about that shit and I want about the door coming. Straight people, you people out there, when you people in public washroom, if you are there cleaning washroom, you don't just bust down the door. See me up with my phone. But shop.
Look for your shit. Me that's the shit that this thing is a little one shot tell her to somebody.
Yo, was a family wash. What I don't even know what she did.
The shit on the stick.
Never either. Me had a pour the shit and down me.
Alright, let's get into today's show. Forget about that. So, alright, what we're going to be talking about today is in the religious section, we're going to talk about God. Knowledge base. Alright. Is there a God? And if so, why did he actually create man? Or create? And if he did create, why did he create it? If it's a he or a she. Knowledge base.
So why you call him he?
Okay, God.
Okay. You say you want to be controversial, you know? And you want virality, if that's a word. I think that's what they're looking for here. I don't play with the spiritual being, but I'll give it to you this way. This earth, mankind, as it relates to how the earth operates, how it replenishes itself, how the human being is designed. This is not something that is just came about.
Okay,
hold on, you ask me a question.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you answer.
Listen, hold on. Hold on 1 second. You ask a question, don't try to reframe the question based on how me answer it. Go ahead.
No, alright, this is what
if that's what you're doing. I hope that's not what you're doing.
No, because you are knowledge based, right? I want you to speak from a position of facts.
A position of fact?
Yeah, facts. Is it facts or this is subjective?
A position of fact, what do you mean? Like prove it scientifically?
This is provable.
I never...
What you're going to say?
Some of it is.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
With respect to the human being, the body of a human being, up to now, the complexity of the human being, doctors and scientists right now cannot figure out why man died. Okay? Man was not designed to die. When you get a cut, it heals. The organs, the blood, the brain, everything works in accordance to how the whole body operates. Your motor skills, everything is designed for a specific purpose. The whole design of the human being is something that replenishes itself, and our cells and the way how we operate, we are supposed to go on forever and ever. The same thing with the earth. The earth replenishes itself. The earth is supposed to go on forever and ever and ever. You're gonna ask me directly now, what evidence do I have to know that the world should not end? My question to you is, what evidence do you have that the world will end? Our mankind is not supposed to be on earth, and mankind is supposed to die, and there is no God, and if there is no God... Alright, hold on. You ask me a question, me ask you about question. Because you want to reframe the question, you want to frame this in a, what, have I ever seen God? What is God face? Did God write a book? You are going to put human attributes to to God and then try to make me explain the humanity of God when God is not a human being. And that's it in a nutshell.
So the other part of the question is, did he create, and why did he create?
Obviously, he created. And why did he create?
Yeah.
He created mankind as a purpose for his greatness, to show us as human beings how we can interface with each other. It's like a masterpiece. When an artist painted a piece, he painted based on his internal interpretation of something, and that's how God decided to create the earth and mankind.
Did he need to create?
Did he need to create?
Yes.
Yeah, it's again, you're going to human attributes and you want me to explain it. Unless you have, hold on.
Statement.
I made the statement
Yeah.
based on what I know how human beings behave.
Right.
And because God says in the scriptures, because I can only reference the scriptures because I've never met God.
Right.
Neither the man who write the scripture, I'll put that out there. But one thing I can tell you, and you can jump in whenever you want here, every single human being that live on earth have God inside of them. Even the ones like yourself who try to suppress it.
Okay.
God live inside you. Yeah. So you are God, believe it or not.
Yes, I'm
You
God.
exhibit
If you want to call that, yeah.
Yes, you portray godliness because God made you in the image of himself, and he gives you free will to think. And because of this free will, man decide, okay, he does not, man like you, decide that he does not want to believe in God because God give you that free will to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. You have anything to say?
Okay. So, first question was, is God real? Yes.
Yeah.
God is real. I believe he is real.
Did he create? And if so, why did he create?
So did he create?
Yeah.
Yes. I believe that everything that exists on earth is evidence that he created.
Yeah.
Because I mean the alternative would be like, you know what, like a Big Bang Theory, boom, just one big something happened and then all of society existed. Or the alternative being so that we came from monkey and whatever. But even so, like if you're gonna go down that avenue, then like how did those monkeys come to exist? At the end of the day, like I believe that there is the higher being, and it was his masterful skills that designed and created all of what we have come to know. And like Knowledge mentioned about like humans having choice, and he is the one who has imparted those abilities for us to develop the society and to continue developing this society. As for why he created, well, that's a hard question to answer because I don't think there's anybody on earth that can say what is in his mind.
So let me ask him a question. Why do you exist?
Why do I exist?
Mm-hmm.
I exist because it is the natural process for me to exist.
That doesn't make no sense. Clarify what you're saying.
Alright. And I'm glad you asked that. Because a lot of people never really ask. Alright. I existed.
You still existed.
Yeah, I exist infinitely.
You still never make no sense.
Alright, what I mean by that is this.
I'm sorry.
Every human being still exists today. And I exist because my mom and dad caused me to exist.
Why you got on that road?
I love it. Yeah, yes, that's exactly what
your mom and dad put you together, so they have a plan for you, right?
Put me together?
They had a plan.
Oh, okay.
They had a plan and they came together and they created you.
Right. Through energy, they were able to do that.
Okay.
Yes. Through energy.
Yes, through energy,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
because in everything that lives, it takes energy.
So
for it to live.
So since these human attributes that human beings have they have the capability and the know-how to go out and make another human being through procreation.
No.
In its simplicity, in its simplest form.
Right.
They go out, come together, and procreate.
Right.
And they decide, okay,
cause and effect, yes.
Yes. And they said, okay, we create this human being, we're going to nurture this human being and raise this human being into whatever they want it to be. They have a plan for you. So it's the same analogy with God. God, from what I can observe based on human interaction and the human family and the earth, and how I see animals live in unison with each other, how the plant behave, how the ecosystem behave. There is a plan for everything, and God decided to create this earth so man can live free amongst the animals, the plant, and the seed. If you go back in Genesis, it talks about when before the earth there was nothing, there was just darkness, and from that darkness there was light. And when there was light, then God took I think 7 days, but that could be a how you call it, exaggeration, if you for a lack of word, to create this earth. And hold on, when he created this earth,
I have to
it was 7 days. Alright, thank you.
I have to stop you right there.
Alright, stop me.
Alright. So God, right? Is omnipotent, right? Omniscience, omnipresent, all-knowing, blah blah blah, right? All of those things.
Yep.
So God, did he need to create it?
Did he need to create?
Yes.
Your parents need to create?
My parents?
Yes.
My parents, through my parents.
Well, answer that question. Do they need to create?
No? Yes.
My parents?
Yes.
My parents didn't really create me.
What did they do then?
Energy determines.
Okay, hold on, stop.
Yes. Alright. Energy is the one that caused me to be here.
Okay, so let's just take out your parents out of the equation.
Right.
Energize yourself and create yourself. In fact, use the energy and create another human being without a female.
No,
right now. I'm using your words. You said energy created you.
Hold on.
So energize.
Alright.
Be an energizer body. Right now. Energize and create some human being. Because listen, man cannot create. Man only imitate. See? So the scripture said, hold on.
Creation. I'm telling you.
What I'm trying to tell you is that God give man the ability to create other man. See? Hold on. Man can go out there and say, okay, I am gonna clone.
Right.
But guess what? He can make something that look like me, but he can't make something that is me.
Alright.
Why? Because you have these things called human interaction, where your entire life is on a database.
Right.
So each interaction we have with Kayla, each interaction that I have with this young lady here, each interaction that I had with the stinking man on the bus, that man who farted on me in the elevator, every single experience that I've had, an interaction with every living organism and every single person is digitized in who I am.
Okay.
It cannot be replicated. That's the complexity of how human beings are.
Right.
So this is not something that is made up.
Alright, knowledge base. Let me continue where I'm going. You're not going to bully this.
How am I going to bully you?
You're not going to bully this thing today, right?
Alright.
You're going to have to give me time to talk and don't bully me because you want to cow down the thing.
I'm not calling.
Understand?
I'm not calling.
What I'm trying to tell you, knowledge base,
yes.
alright? And I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible.
Be ABC 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Alright. Where did God, if you so believe in God?
Yes.
Alright? Where did God get the material to create the earth?
Where did he get the material?
Yes, to create man, yes.
Where did he get it?
Yes, yeah, where did he get it from?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
It came from himself then. Because if you
Hold on, stop. Stop for 1 second. By the material, what you mean? The organism that makes up the earth, the literal earth.
Alright.
The rocks, the minerals, the lava we're underneath the earth, every single.
And you too, yeah. Because everything in the world consists of atom. Right?
But hold on a second. The word atom that you're using is some human being come up with that concept of an atom.
But you know what the concept is?
Well, man tell us that's what it means and we accept it.
Alright then. So you don't accept it?
Until, if tomorrow a man say atom a fuckery, then we stop dealing with atom.
Alright. So,
okay, so what I'm trying to tell you. Hold on. So because you want to use your little intellectual effort for trying to discount God. Listen to me. God is bigger than every university, everything where man ever think about, and everything where man ever put on the face of this earth. Because man don't even know the capacity and brain because in there not use 1/10 type right now.
Alright, which one of the God then?
What we are talking about? I said man, I talking about God. We are talking about.
Oh, I thought you
I said man.
Oh, man. Okay.
Man that even use 1/10 time brain. So what the brightest man in the world, where I give you atoms and newtons and physics this and that and create all sort of atomic bomb for wipe out South Korea. Listen to me. You guys out there, human flesh, dirty flesh, you are nothing.
Alright.
You are nothing. And the quicker you get to understand that you are nothing, and that God give you free will to learn, and over time you are just knowing things that God already know from Him create. And because He give you the capacity to learn, you know, act like there's no God.
Alright, knowledge piece.
Yes.
Alright. Sorry about that, Hiighly line. Alright.
Yes.
I don't want to rename you Bully Base now, you know, so.
Bully Base?
Bully Base. So you're going to have to give me time to talk, right?
But you asked me a question, you know, my answer is because I'm passionate.
Hold on. So, with all the attributes that we describe of God, right? Right? All the, what you call it? Omniscience and all of these things. He did not need to create, right? Would you say?
Listen, it's up to God if He wants to create or not to create. It is not my call to tell God when He should create and when He shouldn't. So what you're trying to do, and I started it out. You are here listening. He wants to give manly attributes to God. So if it is a case that you do not believe, then hold on to your constitution. Hold on to that constitution, or give us evidence, because that's where you want to go with me.
Right. Okay. All right.
That God do not exist.
Yeah,
I am not trying to tell you. I am not trying to tell you that because I believe that God exists, I should somehow start from scratch, tell you how Him on day one, how Him create atoms, how Him create lava.
No, that's not where I was going. That's not where I was going.
But basically, that's how you want me to break it down.
No, knowledge basically.
Why does hurricanes exist? So how can we predict earthquakes? How do we stop earthquakes? Why does tornadoes exist? Why does human beings die? Why does man get erection? I can't tell you all of that.
Alright, knowledge base. It's my turn to speak.
Go ahead.
Please. What I'm trying to tell you is that everything that you see on earth, including you, including me, including this table,
yes,
had existed in one way, shape, or form infinitely. Every man that lived on earth still lives today.
Okay, finish what you're saying.
Do you believe that?
No, continue.
Alright. Do you believe that, Enlightened?
That every man that is, so the first human being.
No, still live today. And will continue to live.
Well, if you think about generations, then that makes sense.
There you go. Because you are
a descendant
of your mom and your dad.
Yes.
And they are descendant of their mom and dad.
Right.
And they're the mom and dad go right back. It's all in you.
Right.
It's all, and you will continue that.
Right.
Bullshit.
Excuse me.
Bullshit.
Okay, prove otherwise.
What you're saying, unless you're saying that the material that makes up human being come from the earth and all the elements in the earth make up everything within the earth, then that's a completely separate thing.
Yes.
But the spirit within you, the flesh, you see this avatar?
Yes.
This avatar that you have is nothing.
Right.
It's a shell.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
When you die, it go back to the earth.
Right.
If that's what he's saying, that the shell that you is, that's what come back and make different things, because that's an element. But what I'm trying to tell you is that this skeleton, the blood and everything and the mush and your hair and all that stuff, what make up you is shit.
Right.
Literally. Hold on, let's finish. You make it talk. It is shit. What makes you is actually the spirit within you.
Right.
And there are, what do you call that now? Radiation and elements within you and your neurons and the neurons inside your brain and the circuit inside your brain make up the movement of your hand, your thinking, your eating, everything. Your erection, when you like to have sex. Hold on, man, I'm gonna finish. There's a lot of things that make you what you are. This piece of thing that people know when they say this is knowledge base. This is not me. It is what is in me that makes me me. Because everything about me is different from you.
Right.
Why? Because, as I said before...
You got what I was saying, right? You got what I'm saying, right?
But it doesn't matter if she get it or if she don't get it. But I'm trying to
you
tell...
don't get it. You know why you don't get it?
No, why you don't get it is because you feel you are trying to make me believe that every human being is the same and every human being cannot be the same.
No. Okay, so I feel that what he's trying to convey, when he says that we live on like in an inevitable state, is like, okay, your children, they have parts of you in them. Yes,
no, every child, they might have attributes to my shell. Okay? They might have attributes to my shell. But they cannot be me.
No, but the objective is not to be you. What he's saying.
No, but God created every person independently of each other. The organism, which is man. That's why lion favor lion.
Okay.
Because that species follow a certain trait.
Right.
Okay? And they're just going to look like each other. Human beings over time look like each other and take characteristics from each other. But each human being is independent of each other, and human interaction and interaction with different things form the person that is that person. You can't...
Stop! Alright, you're on the run now.
Yes, many of them on the run.
This is why I mentioned energy in the beginning. Because now we're going to get back to energy.
Get back to anything you want to get to.
Because it takes the energy of your mom and your dad to actually bring you from the state, from the egg and the sperm, into the new transformation of that becoming you.
What are we discussing here? Are you discussing biology, how human beings come together?
No,
hold on.
You're still not getting it knowledge base.
Then what you're not being direct with what you're saying.
What I'm trying to tell you is that you exist, and you now come into the energy that it takes at that point now brings you into this ascension.
So are you trying to say that one exists without, like, God has no intervention into existing? So you think that...
Yes, because you exist in one way, shape or form. This is now the form that we're in. We were always existing. Always existing, because where did he get the material from? It must be from himself.
So let me ask you. Hold on.
So if it's from himself, then therefore we had to exist in one shape or form. Right? We would have existed. No, we would have to exist. Nothing comes from nothing.
Right, so but the argument isn't that we came from nothing. He created, whether it be from himself, but that then even if you're
where
saying,
did he get the material from?
But if you're talking about material and where did it come from, a while ago you said that unless he took it from himself. So what it
No, not took from himself. Not took from if you're gonna say a creator creates.
Right.
Right? where did the creator get the
But
material
okay,
from?
if I'm existing,
It has to exist.
no. Look,
Why don't you let her speak?
if I'm existing and I am the creator and I have a vision in my mind, and the only thing that is there now is what I have, of course, I can take from me and create. In the scriptures, it says that man was created in his image, which justifies the idea that it came from within him. With him.
No, lie, you tell. Lie. Nothing no go so. Man create himself.
No, that's wrong.
No. Lie, you tell. No, Delvin vice this.
Oh.
Lie, you tell. Nothing no go so.
Hold on. So if the if he created from himself, right?
Right.
From himself,
Right.
then therefore whatever he creates from himself would have existed.
He existed. So everything.
So hold on a second. Stop right there. So what we're trying to say to you
listen.
is that God existed. Period.
Right. But
And that's how it started.
Not this way. So if he actually took it from himself, who is God? Right? What he takes from himself is God.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, like
Remember, listen
What he
carefully.
take from himself, what God made man in an image. So, and I did tell you that God lived inside every man.
Yeah, what I'm trying to tell you is that.
Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah, what I'm telling you, all the material, remember, your sperm and egg, and through the energy it creates you, right? So God himself, if he just exists, Zen-like,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And he say that he's going to create, right? And no material is around him but himself,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That material that he uses would be in him,
Yes.
only God. So what he takes from himself is God.
What are you trying to say?
yeah, you lost me. You lost me.
What did he take from himself to make?
But you're using the word God to describe the elements that he takes from himself.
Yeah.
That doesn't
But then
mean...
that's what it is. There was nothing else.
But that's what we're saying. So what is your point?
So therefore, if he taking God to make what is in the world,
Yes.
what he's taking is actually God.
But we never denied the fact that there isn't a God.
Right. So you and I are gods.
No.
We
we're
are
God
originally.
We're
We
God
are originally from the source.
Yes, but God not deny that.
Well.
He didn't say that he stopped exist and then created us as our own independent
Right,
gods.
so we're no different from him.
No.
Okay. We all agree now. So you
No,
agree
we agree with that.
Wait.
That doesn't make any sense.
Wait,
You
what?
agree with that?
What?
You didn't make a point. Make a point.
The point is the
Yes.
same point you just made.
What point did I make?
What he
Let me
made-
tell you what my point is before
Yes,
you try
yes.
to frame what I'm saying.
Yes.
God created man
Right.
in his image.
Yes.
God gave man the capacity to think on his own. Okay? If you want to take that attribute that God gives us free will, that means we are God, then yeah, we're God.
And what do you say?
No, so I
Is that what you're trying to say?
I fully agree with that statement. What do you say?
no. So I agree that God lives within us, in everybody, whether you choose to acknowledge his presence or not, because like you said, God created humans and earth and life as it is, and he gave man and women free will. So when you wake up in the morning, you have the choice to make whether you want to project good or you want to project bad. It doesn't change if you choose to project bad, that doesn't change the fact that godliness is within you. But to say that because godliness exists in us, we are God, that I'm not saying
Alright.
that.
So the bad part that you talk about, who created that?
Who created bad?
Yeah. Who created that part?
God is not, bad is not a creation.
Okay, so what?
Whoa,
Okay, so what I, from my understanding of things, I would say that not necessarily that God directly created bad, but
So he didn't create all things then?
No. Because okay, in the beginning, did bad exist? No. So hold on. So
In the beginning, God created all things, right?
okay, right. But what I'm saying is, in the beginning, when God created all things, necessarily bad might not have been one of the things. But from the things that he did create, bad came after.
So he didn't create bad.
I don't necessarily believe
Listen,
that he
it's not
created
that the
bad.
word create to use the word create to describe.
I don't believe in the word create, but you answer that part. Answer.
Okay.
Please. Answer knowledge base.
Hold on.
Knowledge base.
Let me frame what you're saying, because what you're saying
No,
is
it's what she said. I didn't say anything.
You asked her a question about
Right.
did he create bad?
Right. Did he create?
What does that mean? Does the word bad, who created the word bad?
Oh.
Let's start right this up first.
Okay, the attributes of bad then.
What is the attributes of bad?
All right.
Since you want to talk like
All right.
idiot professor in a school, what are the attributes of bad?
Alright. To some people.
Killing. Fornication.
I don't think fornication is.
What, because you like fornication?
Eh?
So
That's your
bad is
personal
subjective.
choice.
Yeah, I was just about to say, bad
Bad is
is
subjective.
It's changing.
It's
No,
changing.
fornication is lying to somebody else.
No.
What do you mean?
Fornication is actually you committing yourself to someone and then at the same
So
time.
own yourself.
So you fornicate yourself.
No, you make a vow.
You
to
make a
somebody
promise
else
and then you break
vow.
it. And
Right.
according to definition in dictionary, it's called fornication. But that's
Okay.
beyond the point.
So go to bad. now.
Go to
yeah,
bad.
all of these.
Listen,
Murders, lying, deception, bad
Envy.
mind, all of these things. So you're saying those are not some things that God created, knowledge
it's
base.
not about creation. God create man and give man free
Free
will.
will.
So man is also creating these things.
Why don't you let me speak? You can't frame when I talk when
So
me
man
I
are
talk.
created, procreate.
Alright, when you finish asking the question, tell me.
Go on, I'm done.
Alright. You asked the question, did God create bad? Dear, God don't create anything called bad. The word bad come about because of man. God create man, man have free will to roam earth and be dominion over earth.
So God is
Hold on,
limited
let me
then.
not finish.
Yes.
Let me not finish. With that said, God give us the independence within the realm of our creation to do what we want. He said, go on the earth, be free, take care of the bird, the animal, and yourself, and multiply. Within that, within that realm, man decide, okay, me I go stop the vegetarian, me I go start kill lion, eat them, drink them blood. God never tell him to do that. However, God said to take care of the animal them, but him start name the animal them. God said to have sex with woman, no, him start F monkey. All of these things, man use him curiosity and decide to push the boundaries. Not every single weird warp ideas in the back of the psyche of the man, because he has free will, he decides to do it. Some people on earth decide to label these far out weird things like bestiality, murder, extortion as being bad, because there are human attributes where basically cause negative impact on the wider world when people do these things. That's why they were labeled bad. As it relates to if God created bad, God created man decided to be bad. If you want to say by extension because God created man, then man created bad, then that's fine. But what I'm saying is that wasn't the plan for the world when God created man. What you need to get into is sin. Sin is an advent that came onto the earth because man decided that they do not want to follow the teachings and the rules that govern human being, including yourself. You want to be your own ruler, you want to fornicate, you want to go from woman to woman, but there are other things out there to combat these behaviors.
So you don't want that?
If me don't want it,
Yeah, no.
I get personal now.
You're five figure for me. You're five figure for me. You're five figure for me. But you're five figure for you too.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. So what I'm saying is that instead of
Your turn. Before me take him on there. Your turn.
My turn with what?
Oh, you done? Oh, my turn then.
Wait. No, I agree with what he said. Like, the only thing I would have changed about your question would have been like you could have asked did God foresee what would come? Now that would have been a different.
Right. So that's where it's gonna go with him now.
Right, that would have been a different conversation.
Right.
But
So that's where we're gonna go now.
oh, okay.
So if he actually knew that we were actually gonna do
Of course.
this.
Wait. Of course.
He did.
Yeah, because look at this.
Oh, wow.
You see, yes.
Yeah.
And in the scriptures, it tells you everybody will have to answer for their whatever they did while they were on earth, when they come to the judgment day, when they come to the gates of heaven, you will have to atone for your sins.
And
So,
he still choose to make us,
of course, because
to
you have
murder us, cast us in hell, fire and brimstone and all of these things.
Look. You see, this is the thing about humans.
Yes.
You see, everybody.
So he's not perfect.
Who's not perfect?
God,
Man.
Yeah, but
God,
the
God.
sins are done by man. God didn't sin.
So
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Hold on.
Thank you. Let me shake your hand.
So he made man to sin.
No.
Man decided to sin.
God made no.
So you
we have
said
to
he
prove.
knew.
No.
He knew that.
Listen carefully to it, the words exactly as I say them, not as you choose to hear them.
Right.
Thank
Okay?
you.
I said God created man and gave them free will. And in his scriptures, it is stated that on Judgment Day, one will have to atone for their sins. You need to prove yourself worthy to get into the gate, to enter through the gates of heaven. It's not just open and everybody gonna walk in there.
Yeah.
So, if you
So does he know who's
no,
gonna walk in?
does he know who's?
Yeah.
Of course, God knows who's
So
gonna
he's not
walk
a free
in.
will then.
Of course, it's free will because he didn't tell you.
No,
Look at this.
every time he keeps giving
Yeah.
manly attributes to God.
Look.
And I tell you, say, he did it. So
Of course,
I told
God
him,
is
human
always
being has free
all-knowing.
will.
Yes.
Okay.
So he
So
knows.
your faith make you believe what you believe.
It's not about faith. What
What
faith you talking about?
Whatever
What faith you talking
whatever
about?
religious belief system that you
Listen to me.
subscribe
You see,
to. Just like every other God's
listen to me.
faith belief
Listen
system.
to me, because
It's the same thing.
You talk to a different type of human being, you know.
Oh no.
Yeah, you not talk to your pastor.
But
you can tie up.
I'm not talking to no pastor here.
Yeah, you can bring
I don't have a
religion.
pastor.
You bring religion and the
You have a
beliefs
pastor.
and me a pastor when there.
Tell me, I don't know.
Then we have to put thing label for me. Me look like pastor to you.
What religion you belong to?
Me not belong, they belong to me.
What God faith you belong to?
It doesn't belong to faith, it belong to a human family, and I tell you, say God in every man. In fact, the Bible that is written by man. How man can write the Bible? Because man, every single man have God within them. Those men that wrote the Bible went and got inspiration and get closer to God in such a way that they manifest all these godly things outside of them so they could read and write the entire Bible and give us a script that we can live by.
Right.
Okay? You yourself, if you decide that you want to get close to your innermost godliness, you can do that yourself.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to tell you, and you guys can believe it or if you don't want to believe it, you yourself.
I'm in touch with my godliness, if you want to call it godliness. I'm in touch with my own self.
Then oh yes, a God may exist. Then oh yeah.
No. If you want to term
No,
it,
what you want
if
to
you
say.
want to term it as that, because I was from the beginning. So
Oh,
I
you
was
from the
Sorry,
beginning.
not the beginning. I was always there.
How you always there? Tell me what you did when you did it the first time. Since you did always there.
In that state and form,
Yeah, what you did?
that state and
Yeah man, tell me what you
I've
did.
evolved in the state of
How you evolve in that?
True
Tell me when you're going at the
True
donkey.
true
Tell
energy.
me when you're going at the cat. What you doing at the cat? When you was the rat. When the cat eat you. When the ass
what I
kick you.
can tell you
Tell me
that
all of these things.
I was a part of sperma and I was a part of egg.
Then what happened?
my
So
parents,
what happened?
their
No.
parents,
So what happened?
We just keep going backwards.
No. So you
Back infinitely.
infinitely. So
Yeah.
you were there. So tell me what happened.
I keep passing on now to my kids.
So what you
And
pass
they
on to your
pass
kids?
on.
Since
And then-
you are your
and then-
kids.
And then when I die,
Okay.
I
Let me ask
transform
you-
into another state.
Let me ask you, do it.
What that state is, I don't know yet.
Let me ask
but it's
you.
a part of the.
You Delvin Sadler.
Yes, Delvin.
You Delvin Sadler and everything that you are.
I don't know
Pass
everything.
on.
I don't know everything.
No. You just stated
Yes, I pass on to my
that you Delvin Sadler
Yeah.
pass on everything that is Delvin Sadler
The raw
to
material.
your children.
Yeah, raw material.
Bullshit.
The raw material, yeah, the sperm.
Bullshit.
The sperm
No.
and their mom's egg.
No, but they are not Delvin Sadler.
Genetically.
You give
they
them
are-
the avatar.
If you check their genetics, it is me. Knowledge base. If you check my genetics, it's my mom and dad. If you check their mom and dad, all of those
Let me know
genetics
when you
are in me.
Again, you never listen to
You
me.
don't understand genetics?
That about
The
genetics.
genetic code? You don't
Okay,
understand that?
so those genetics,
Correct.
those genetics that create you
Right.
and that pass on to your children.
Hmm.
So what you're saying is that Delvin that
Correct.
live here in 2017.
Right.
Well, if Delvin should die, hold on.
2,000 years.
If Delvin should die tomorrow, Delvin will continue to exist.
Correct, yes, that's correct.
As Delvin.
I will be existing in one
No,
way,
you're
shape, or
dead.
form.
You're dead.
One way, shape, or form, I will be here.
So if that is the case,
Yes, I will be.
Hold on, let me ask you a direct question.
Yes.
So when me dead and tomorrow them want to put me in a coffin.
Correct.
So me have a son, they are Brampton right now.
Right.
So I lie down in a coffin.
Right.
So my
Yes.
according to you,
Your genetic code
my genetic
will
code,
be in your son.
yeah. So the two of it, so me and my son are lived simultaneously together right now.
No, you're one.
What are you talking about?
You're one, not a
So in the on the show right now?
Oh, your son?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm a talk right now.
it is just a part.
No. I'm a talk right now.
Oh, your son?
Yeah, man. Based on your lame argument.
Alright. You are.
No. Answer
It's
my
not a
question.
real argument. Listen, I'm finished then. I stop bullying my mind.
You not bully you.
Stop
You chat
bullying
for
my
crap
mind.
and I defend it.
No, what I'm saying to you is this knowledge base. Right? In one way, shape, or form,
Yes.
you exist.
No.
Yes, you
What
do.
I have done is
You
that
do.
this avatar that looks like me, like the color of my eye, the shape of my body, the way my big toe look, or my walk, that is passed off to my son. As it relates to,
Right.
hold on, as it relates to him being a human being
Right.
and the consciousness of what he is,
Right.
I cannot replicate that
Okay.
because when he was born and when right now in their school a form internal relationship, but a word that we want to remember, he's forming internal relationships with different people
Right.
every single day. Those internal relationships, I cannot replicate that with him.
Knowledge base.
I cannot.
This
he is
this
what he
avatar
is.
that you speak of.
Yes.
Now, when you die,
Yes.
transform in a different way, shape, or form.
What are you saying?
Just avatar.
No, I'm saying that
But as it is on the earth, your son continues on
No,
that shape or
what
form.
I'm trying to tell you is that the avatar, the physical thing that you can see, the shell,
Yes.
this,
Yeah.
the dot you see here,
Yeah.
is nothing.
That is what came from the energy.
Yes,
Yes.
and this is
That
nothing.
is what came from the
It
energy.
goes back in a coffin and burn me and it up. But what you don't
Right,
realize,
that is also a part of the whole process.
but the being, the spirit,
That don't just include human beings, you know. It includes animals, it includes the earth itself, everything.
I think we're arguing two different points and you're not listening to me.
No, because you're bullying me and I'm not letting you bully me today.
I'm not bullying you.
Yeah, I want you to get it. I want you to understand.
Alright, what you're trying to
I
tell
have to
me.
get it, knowledge base.
What you're trying to
Yes.
tell me is that the flesh and what people see is what moves on and that you live on based on that flesh. And I'm trying to tell you,
We live on based on what flesh? Your flesh?
yeah,
No, you yourself lives on through your son. But in this shape or form that you are in now, that shape or form now transform into another form.
what I'm trying to tell you is that the shape of that bottle, the mold that create the bottle, it will create several different bottles. But you can, hold on,
Yeah.
but you can put juice in it,
Yeah.
you can put sperm in it, you can put ginger tea, you can put dirt, but it's still a bottle.
Alright.
What I'm trying to say when I finish,
Yeah.
can I make it very, very simple for you.
Yeah.
What is inside the bottle is different each time, but the shape of the bottle is still the same.
Right.
Your argument is that because the bottle shaped like a big dirty sitting all the time and keep going on forever and ever because of the mold, then that the bottle is the bottle each time and you continue. I'm telling you that you can put anything inside the bottle.
hold on
That's
now.
all I'm trying to say to you.
All our knowledge base. You first said it earlier,
Yes.
huh?
So go back.
That this
Everything is something
avatar,
can defend it.
whatever is inside of the head, right? Right? So the function sent to the brain and the brain sent to the actual possession of the body.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That is you. Would you say?
No, that's not what I said.
Okay, what are you saying now?
I said that why I cannot be replicated is because
No, I never talk about replication, I'm talking about you now. I'm talking about you as in the conscience.
No,
Is
you're
that
talking about two
conscious
different
you?
things. Are you talking about me, the physical me, or are you talking about me, the spiritual me? Which one are you talking about?
What I'm telling you is this, knowledge base.
What you tell me?
Whatever is inside of the head of you, now, when you die,
Yes.
it transforms into a different form.
It cannot transform because
But it's still you. Go ahead.
I cannot transform into something else because I am I. And how I became me is because when I met you, there is a whole bio that is written about our interaction. My son cannot replicate the relationship that I have with you. Period. That's it.
I'm not saying that's wrong. I agree with that.
Then what I said?
What I'm saying to you is that you, knowledge base,
Yes.
through energy between your mom and dad,
Yes.
that's how you came.
The shell
Okay,
means
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So your whole
Mhm.
foundation to your argument is that we exist not because of God, but because of energy.
Yes, and we are ourselves.
So how do you explain the internal relationship?
But nothing exists in life without energy.
So hold on.
To name me one thing that exists without energy.
Okay, so where did this energy come from?
It's infinity.
So-
Because nothing can exist without it. So it's infinity.
So let me make sure I understand. So you're trying to say that so there was just a big black empty mass of nothingness, then all of a sudden energy appeared, and as a result of energy.
No, what I'm saying to you is that energy is responsible for our existence.
And how did that energy come to mold
And we
what we
exist
exist as?
in one way, shape, or form? What that is, I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
So
But we
is it,
exist.
so
Because you can't come into being without being
so then
existed.
so
The
hold on a
material
second,
had
then-
to exist for you
then
to come into the being.
You just define God then.
That's what you call it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if that's
Because
what you call
I
it.
said to you that no one knows what God is,
Yes.
how He is, and how He forms. Okay? And then you, by definition,
Yes.
come back back round to what I said.
Yeah, so I'm God. Yeah, I was right there.
No. You are God. God is something outside of you.
No, but I had to exist.
God created you.
If I said I exist in one way,
She
shape, or
asked
form.
repeat the question you asked him earlier about energy. Repeat it. You said to him earlier that we came from energy and form energy. Then you said, where did the energy come from?
No, I said
Then you went
energy is
and then you gave
responsible
him
for us
an
being here.
example. You said there was darkness and then there was energy.
Energy.
And energy came together. Then she said to you
That's
again,
what she
hold on, I'm repeating because I was listening. I listen more than how I talk, believe it or not. Then you said to her, you don't know.
I don't know why.
You don't know how the energy bound
Yeah,
together.
you did say that.
Bound together?
Where the energy, how
Came
did it
from
come
the
to
birth.
be? Yeah.
You
Because if
just
you're
said-
No,
saying,
I said it's infinite because nothing lives without energy.
right.
But where did the energy come from?
Okay,
Huh?
but hold
Where
on,
the
I
energy
don't
come
think
Energy is infinite.
But
Where? Where it come
Why?
What do you
from?
mean where it come
Why?
from? It's infinite.
Yeah, where did it come from?
Nothing can exist without energy now.
No, but where did it come from?
right.
It's infinite.
No, big infinite how?
That is what we know.
So-
nothing cannot. Nothing
And
God.
that's the
that is-
point.
that is what
That's
science
the
has
point.
told you.
That's what
That is-
science has told you.
Because we all
Man,
know that
limitation
science-
stop right there.
Do you know anything otherwise?
This
that
is-
is that you can do.
And
This is
Do you
what
know anything otherwise that you can prove? I didn't like it.
This is what I know. I know that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know that energy didn't just up and exist out of nowhere.
How do you know that?
Because it
No, not up and exist. It had existed. Yes.
yeah. So what I'm trying to understand is because you're asking knowledge base and I to provide like concrete factual substance to what
Yes,
we're saying.
yes.
However,
You are the same thing.
every time I ask you to justify your stance on with concrete
Infinite.
facts,
It's infinite.
obviously it's infinite or I don't know.
Alright, alright,
Because it doesn't
The
make
only
sense.
reason why I can tell you that it's infinite
Yeah.
because nothing can exist without energy.
I can say the
Okay,
same
well, hold
bullshit
on.
like that you.
Wait. Okay,
I can
wait,
say
hold on.
nothing can exist without God.
Wait.
That's faith.
Well, how is that faith? So the faith, your energy thing and a faith.
Energy is not real?
So God the real?
No.
Okay.
So you're gonna say energy is not real now. Tell me energy is not real.
But
Energy is
wait,
not real.
Then how you're alive?
How are you alive?
Because I need energy. Energy is
You need God.
Go ahead.
You can say anything you want, you just say the same thing. You hold on to your truth, you hold on to mine.
So what you're saying? Alright, now
Yes.
this. You're saying
Yes.
you're not existing as a result of energy?
I'm saying,
I'm asking you.
are you not existing because of God?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
existing, but I'm existing in spite of what your faith tell you to believe.
No, it's not about my faith. It's about what
If you take away your faith knowledge base,
If you take
would
away
still-
your energy, Delvin, you would still live.
Take away energy? No, you can't live. You believe so you can live without energy? Can you live without energy? I didn't like it.
Listen, every shit where you say, I can say the same shit, and it's saying the same thing.
Live
People,
without
you
energy.
cannot live without God.
Nothing.
You cannot live without God.
That's your
Nothing
faith.
exists without God.
That's your subjective
Energy is your faith. Your faith is energy.
Which is my faith? Then you have water, you have sun, you have all of that.
But
Hold
those are
on.
elements.
Those are elements.
Not energy.
They're not energy.
Elements.
What do you mean?
They're elements.
Water is an element.
All of it is considered energy.
Who tell you that?
Scientific.
Okay,
So
science.
science of your God.
Do you know anything other than that?
Science is your
Alright.
God.
Do you know anything other than that?
I can see, I know many times that science was proven to be wrong.
Alright, so what you're saying is that all of those things you breathing and you
Oxygen, those,
you don't need that.
I can say I don't need those.
But what we can say is that we don't know if we need oxygen.
I know that God provided the oxygen that I breathe on a daily basis.
That's your faith.
Amen.
That's
How
your
is that
faith.
faith?
That's your subjective faith.
What? How? Okay.
Isn't
all
that
right.
your subjective
All
faith?
right.
Hold on a second.
Let's dive back.
His thing is based on fact. What fact? Fact that man give you.
No man could live without energy.
No man can live without God.
That's your faith.
No, that is your contention and it's mine.
Right.
Alright,
Because,
so you don't understand what I'm saying.
You don't understand what I'm saying. I can repeat exactly what I said and put God attributes to exactly what you're saying
Alright.
and tie you up just to see it.
That is why when we start,
Yes.
you're gonna talk about facts and you
Yes.
said facts.
Yes.
Right?
Then you're talking about fact?
Yeah.
Your fact is based on man. Mine is based on God.
Then what? When a man?
So you're no man?
Of course I'm a man.
Okay then.
Aren't you a man?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you live without energy?
Can
Is
you
there
live
any-
without God?
Yes. I'm living without him right now.
How do you know?
It's a belief thing.
no.
Believe based on
I
what?
don't believe.
Hold on. So you're saying that you're living without God. Say one can say no, you're not. You're just choosing not to
believe
accept that He is the reason that
Right,
you are
so
living.
you can say that based upon your faith, but you can't
What
say
faith?
you're not living as a result of without energy. Can you?
Energy that God created. So at the end of the day, there's a pyramid,
but-
and at the top of it is God. Any way you spin it,
God-
flip it, rotate it.
No, but God can't live without energy either.
God can't live without energy.
No.
But go back to
Nothing can live without
But
energy.
you're assuming that God is human.
From what we know about everything in life, it cannot live without energy.
No. Everything that you are choosing
and what you are taught
selectively by man and science
and everything that he knows.
and history.
Hold on,
And we know
hold
how
on.
wrong that is.
Hold on.
So your faith would allow you to believe this. I mean,
It's not about faith. Everything that you have learned and been trained is coming from man.
Right, knowledge base. Hold on, let me cut
Yes.
you off again.
Cut me off.
And people here,
Yes.
I want you to realize that this is actually, what I'm saying here
Yes.
is actually my subjective truth.
Your subjective truth?
Yeah,
Then
this is what I believe.
so why you give me scientific evidence?
This is my
No,
subjective
then
truth.
if it's your subjective proof,
Hold on,
what you
hold
need
on.
to go
Hold on,
Let me finish.
When I'm done, you can
Alright.
I do not need any followers on this. I'm not like the traditional religions that are fighting with each other for followers. I am not looking for followers. This
So
is
we
what
are-
I hold to as my truth.
So what you look for?
We're just having a talk.
Yeah,
As to
just
what
having a
I
talk?
yeah,
But when you
that's-
position it like that, you make it seem like him or I are looking for followers.
Followers.
And
We're
that's
not
not the
looking for
case.
followers.
So for you to single out and say, I'm not looking for followers.
That means we are looking
Yeah,
for
you're
followers.
just supposed
So
to
you can
we
say what I
are.
just said. Say what I said.
I'm not saying what you say.
Why you don't want to say
No,
what I
no,
just
you know
said?
why?
Say what I just said.
No,
too.
What I'm trying to tell you is that
Yeah.
90% of what I say is bullshit.
No, it's not.
Okay.
So I feel like
It's not to me.
It's not to you.
Yeah, but you don't have to accept what I believe.
Then why you talk?
We're just having a dialogue as
What
to,
dialogue?
to the question we asked.
What dialogue?
This is actually a person that I met while I was whatever, and they asked me to put this on there.
Listen, you see,
Well, that person who came up with this question, please leave a comment in the section below
Yeah.
so that we can hear your spin on it.
what I can tell you, Delvin, as true.
No, it's just somebody I was talking to, and I said I have a show, and these are the
Do
things
they
that
watch the
which I
show?
want. No, it was the first time I met this person.
Right.
I tell them we have a show and what the
Let me quote one
and
of
they
the.
told me this question here, and I brought
Let me quote somebody that I respect.
Yeah.
Her name is Erica Badu, and she says most intellects
Yeah.
do not believe in God,
Right.
but the fear is just the same.
You're an intellect knowledge base.
I am not an intellect. I quote
You're an
someone.
intellect highly enlightened. Highly enlightened. Look at the man that just you. Look at
Most
this.
You're not spinning me up in your way.
do not believe in God,
You're not spinning me up
but
in your way.
the fear is just the same.
No,
I agree. I agree. Because this is what I agree with. I agree that all of those people that disregard the presence and involvement of God and the position that He holds in our existence, when it comes to death, we're frightened just to see Him. When it comes to pain, we're holler just to see Him. So it's like you pick and choose.
Another thing, my dear, is that what do I have to lose by believing? That's the question you need to ask yourself.
And I'm glad you make it that subjective.
Yeah, what do I have to lose?
Yeah, you make it subjective.
It's not subjective.
You need to believe
I'm asking
that. You need to believe
No, I'm
that.
asking you. What do you have to
what
lose
do I
by
have?
by believing?
Me, I have
Yeah.
my own subjective truth.
No, I'm
Then answer the
asking you.
question.
What do you mean?
What do you have to lose by believing that there's a God?
Yeah, but believing is not a fact, you know. It's accepting the fact that...
You didn't answer the question.
No, it's accepting the fact that you're believing in a faith.
I'll repeat the question.
Yeah.
What do you have to lose by believing?
It just don't make sense to me.
What do you have to lose by believing?
But I already have my own subjective truth now.
What do you have to lose by believing?
Answer him.
Yeah, what do you have to lose by believing?
But I believe.
Okay.
So I have nothing.
Well,
to
alright.
lose.
So what would you lose if there's no God?
Okay,
At the end of the
which
day-
one of the God you believe anyways?
Which
No.
one of the God?
Yeah, which one?
There's only one.
Which one of the gods you believe?
Is there
Delvin,
one
at
God?
the end
Yeah,
of
there's a lot of them.
What are
Hold
they?
on. Yeah, you've got the Christian way, the
Way?
Muslim way.
Way?
Okay, the Christian God, the Muslim God, the Jewish God, the Hindu God.
Oh,
What if I them?
whoa, what?
What are you saying here, Enlightened?
Okay, hold on, wait.
Your belief of God is different from theirs?
No, what I know is that there is one God.
Oh, you got all serve the same one.
There is one God.
So you want them serve the same God? Are they
So
enlightened?
there's one God.
Yes.
And there, within the different religions,
Yes.
the different sections of
Mhm.
religion, they approach and address and teach differently pertaining to one God.
Oh, but you all believe in the same thing.
We believe that there's a higher being that created us. We did not end up here on our own.
So
we
you all
don't wake
believe-
ourselves up on our own.
So all of you guys believe on the same thing.
We all believe that there is good and there is evil, and we believe that one person, one entity.
All of you guys believe in the same thing, highly enlightened.
All of us, we all believe.
And what if they do?
I'm just asking. I'm
No,
just
and
asking
what if
her.
they do?
So you guys they're all the same, right?
So what if
I'm
they
pretty
do?
sure if you ask a Muslim, if you ask a Catholic, if you, all of them are going to tell you the same. They all believe in good. All their truths are the same, and you know when
and
they
they all believe the same thing.
that there is
Listen,
an existence of one God.
Delvin, at the end of the day,
They all believe in
at the
different-
end of the day,
Yeah.
if I believe...
Which one you believe?
Hold on, let me-
Which one you believe anyway?
I don't care about what you believe, or what you believe, and what you're trying to tie up. I am
No, yeah, you're
you're trying to tie people up.
Yeah,
You don't know what I'm
And now he has
He's a
defended.
confused,
I will do.
now
he's
he
a
has
very
defended.
confused
I'm
individual.
defended.
And all
You
now he
guys
has
are-
not
listen,
defended
you
his
guys are
stand.
biased.
Okay, you see when I talk to him
Bias.
about the same foolishness when I talk about, them say energy, and them say
Yeah.
God, them say energy, I'm just trying to trivialize him argument. So it wasn't trying to make a point, I was just trying to trivialize.
Do whatever you want.
What I'm
You have that right.
what I'm trying to tell you here, Delvin, is that if I believe there is
Imagine your God made you and he know that you're gonna sin and he's gonna punish you by sending you to
good
hell.
for God. But hold on a
That's a
second.
demon.
No,
I
it's
know.
not a demon.
That
Because then that means that you're
chopped up.
letting no, that
Yes,
means
it
that
should be
that
chopped
means
up.
that
So what, energy don't need to be chopped up?
We can't do without it.
You can't do without it.
No, we
How
can't.
do you know?
By us being here.
Who teach you that?
It's just a fact.
No, who teach you that? What fact?
Based upon
Which
what
fact?
we all...
Which fact? You said fact. Define the fact.
Just by looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
Energy.
How? What energy?
You're breathing, you're talking.
Okay. Who defined the word energy? And what made energy?
If you want to go into man and all of these.
No. Because
Writing
you're
all
trying
of
to
these
use. You're trying to use.
So you're
outside-
not an intellect then.
No, I'm not an intellect.
You're
I'm
not
so-
an educated person.
No, I'm not an educated
So you
person.
don't know, you're dumb to everything in life.
It's not about dumb. What is the
What?
word dumb? I'm a human being who knows who I am, and I've lived on earth and I've interacted with other human
So you
beings.
never went to
Hold
school
on.
and learned nothing.
And school is for fools. School is for fools.
Okay,
You don't need
you're part of schooling.
I am a product of school because the system that man has created has said to me that if I want to have a livelihood in this system, then I need to go to school, remember things that the system, this economic system in North America has taught me, and I should try to regurgitate some of this information, and I will be compensated. Hold on, as it relates to school, there is nothing that is going on in school that will propel or enhance my capacity as a human being to interface with mankind and develop myself to live in the wider environment to develop me as a human being.
Your take on that?
So schools is for food. But anyhow, and that's what I talk about here.
Enlightened. I want you to talk about what he just said. Yes. Come on, Hiighly Enlightened. Let him know what you think.
Okay, so part of what he said, makes sense in terms of the fact that it, like we talked about on the last episode, where these are things that you need to have, these skills you need to have, so that you can be somebody in North American society.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like you need to limit yourself to you can't become nothing, or you can't educate yourself or learn if you don't go to school. So because there are many. I can say for me personally, I feel like I learned more of what I know after I left school.
So did you learn it without sourcing nothing?
What are you
What?
saying?
Yeah, what are you saying there?
Because sourcing is actually learning.
But we're not talking about learning.
You're
We're talking about
talking about
the
school.
school, the
Physical
institution
building,
of
school.
school.
It's
Go
not
to
a way
school.
that's school. Somebody
No.
teaching you.
No.
No.
Obtaining knowledge and education
Education
is not
school.
It doesn't equate to school.
So where did you learn it from?
Where did I learn what?
Yeah,
What is
somebody,
what
okay,
is the
let me
question?
ask you something. Alright, let me ask you something carefully. Alright? When they create text for you to read, and the teacher actually is just making you understand, simplifying what you read in the book, which is the school? They taking enough knowledge, or what the teacher tell you?
Listen to me. Let me answer that for you.
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry to take it, but the school, as it is a building and an institution
Right.
who have a certain goal set up. So you have business school,
Right.
you have medical school,
Yeah.
you have law school. These schools frame your education to produce a certain way
Minions.
of thinking. Okay?
Minions.
And that's my point that I'm trying to make to you. Her point is that when she left school, and correct me if I'm wrong from putting words in your mouth, that she went out and sourced information because that said school teach her how to read. They might frame her and tell her that she need to read about law and she need to read about economics, but that same capacity that the school gave her to read, she then used her human attributes that God gave her through free will to then decipher by reading these texts what is bullshit and what is real. Okay? Then she also took this information, go out in the world, do experiments, surveys, and come up with her own opinion and form the way how she thinks. Which is the same way school designed to make you think a certain way. Now she decide to think a certain way. So if you want to call her a school, then she is a school, but she's schooling herself. The difference is that school, when you go there, that institution, like medical school, law school, which other school you have? Math school, it doesn't matter. It's for fools because them go there, you go there, and then produce a certain thing that they want. Some of it is for economic gain for the society that we're in. I'm not saying that I am ungrateful, and I am not grateful for the fact that I can make a living based on what I learned in school, but that is not the end at all. So what I'm saying is that
nothing and nothing equals to what?
Nothing plus nothing?
Yeah, is equal to what?
Nothing. Yes.
Right? So in order for there to be something, there have to be something.
What are you
there
saying?
Something cannot come from nothing.
What are you saying as it relates to school? Because of that we're talking about. Let's get talk about something else.
We already got rid of that now.
Okay.
Right. So for creation to come into being,
yes,
it has to come from something.
What I am telling you, and you bring it over school and I can defend that, what I'm saying is that you can hold your constitution, and I think you have hold it already, but what I'm saying to people out there who is not, who is a human being and actually have the vessel which is God within them, what do you have to lose? Ask yourself that question, people out there. What do you have to lose? If you wake up tomorrow and there is no God, what you lose? But if you wake up tomorrow and there is a God and you never believe, you have a whole lot to lose. So that is what you need to put it on. So you want to talk about school? Go to law school. Put it on a scale and weigh the two and see which one heavier. And that's how you find the truth. Right. Wrap up the show.
Great faith believing. And your closing words? Your closing words. No closing words on that? Okay, we're gonna wrap up the show now. Yes, it's a long show. Nice debate. Knowledge base. What do you think of today's show?
Well, you see, this show now, this show is something that will bring human beings out to forward thinking with respect to how they see themselves. And if you out here do not want to believe in God, I can't force you to believe in a God, because God is, as the Delvin said, subjective. But as I say, God lives inside every single man, and you need to decide if you want to believe or if you don't want to believe. There's hell to pay for you.
Those are the godly forces. Yeah, so I agree with you in that a good question asked is what do you have to lose by believing. And I think that if you were one of those who are stronghold that no God exists, and you believe that energy exists, good luck to ya. Because that made no sense.
Alright, that's the thing about it. We got our own subjective belief, and you could be in India, in Abu Dhabi, you could be in Canada, United Kingdom. What's your thing? And if you want to hold on to your thing, you have the right to do it. Subjective belief. Right or wrong, we can't prove it, but hold on to your thing. So, until next week, peace out!
Suppose you want to pick it up, it's your business. Oh yeah, it is you who I'm talking to. Lord, what a woolly popcorn. I tell you what a woolly popcorn. Yes, boy.